Hi guys, how we doing? Hope you're all well. So I'm teaching myself microcontroller programming. Well, at least I'm trying to, using this bit of kit called EBlocks, which is done by a company called Matrix. And I'm going through their curriculum here, which is called Introduction to Microcontroller Programming. I actually work for Matrix, so one of my things that I definitely need to do is improve this curriculum. So I just want to point out something. When I first started this curriculum, it mentions here, after this course, you'll be able to, or after completing this course, oops, sorry, let's bring it over to here. All right, so after completing this course, you'll be able to send different 8-bit codes to ports of microcontroller. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of stuff here about, configuring using EEPROM. I don't think I'm anywhere near that. Displaying text and numerical data on the LCD. Yeah, I've kind of, done a little bit of text, onto that screen, but not really. And it's just, I don't think we're going to get to any of this. And I also don't think that they're actually teaching any of this. It's just like, here, go do it, sort of thing. So, anyways, there's 101 pages of it. I'm on page 76. I'm currently on the programming exercises. This is on making decisions. This is just me just getting mad and just marking stuff up. So, part 6 of making decisions, and that is a car has 2 interior lights, one in the front and the second in the back. Write a program to simulate this scenario using LEDs and 5 switches to control them. Okay. Use switches 0 to 3, so 0, 1, 2, and 3, represent door switches that indicate if a door is open or not. Use switch 4 that the boot trunk is open or not. Light both LEDs when any doors are open. Light only the rear LED when the boot is open. So this is somewhat interesting, and I like tips. They should have done a lot more tips actually, and that might be a very easy thing for me to just go through and add some tips to every single task. So assume that the switches are closed when the doors are open. This may be easier to simulate when with push to make switches. Assume that the switches are open. Assume that the switches are closed when the doors are open. I'm not fully understanding there, but that's okay. Cool. All right. So let's think about this. I guess we define an array with 4 elements. So let's do that first of all. So we chuck a loop in here. Let's make a variable and we're gonna call it what was it? Was it switches? Switches with 4 elements. Like that. I think that's what we want. Switches with 4 elements. Yep. And so those simulate the doors and the boot. Okay. And then we want to light both LEDs when any doors are open. What are both LEDs? Oh, the front and back. Okay. So we define a variable called front light, I guess. Boolean and rear light. Boolean as well. Alright. Now what? Use switches to 0 to 3 represent door switches that indicate if the door is open. Use switch 4 to indicate if the boot is open. Light both LEDs when any doors are open. When any doors are open. So, okay. Are we doing an if statement here? So we're saying if so what I would like to do here is I'd like to just say if switches is greater than 0. So can I do that? Oh, no. Is it double? No. How does this work? I don't understand how these operands work. Let's go to... Oh, no, that's shifting. How do I do greater then? Isn't it just... It is, that's right. That is how you do greater then. Yeah, I don't know. So I would like to just basically just read the whole array. So on a PLC, it would let you do this. You'd basically just say, okay, if any of those elements are on, basically. Oh, that's let me do that. Oh, that's let me do that for one element. What I don't want to do is I don't want to write if switch is 0 or switch is 1 All switches 2, all switches 3, all switches 4 is I don't want to do that. That's not great. I'm gonna have to, Anna. This is frustrating. All right. If switches, is that, can I do all like that? And I got right or. If switches 0, this is crap. Or I think it's one more or. So switches 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at this, is horrible programming. Please not do this at home. So if any of those are greater than 0, or if any of those equal 1, basically, it's going right. Equal. If any of those equals 1. Oh, out of bounds. What does that mean? What does out of bounds mean? Alright, sorry, I just had to fix my camera there. I'm stuck here. How do I do this? Am I gonna have to like start embedded stuff? So okay, do that. If this is what I'm saying is, so this course is really seriously lacking in so many ways. The switches 0 is on, and then what, do I have to just keep doing that? Like all switches 1. This is horrific, man. I don't know if I want them embedded or not. I don't know. Let's just get it on. Let me just get it on the screen, and then we'll figure it out after. How many switches do I actually have? Is it 3 or 4? So you switches 0 to 3, so it's 5 in total. Yeah. So and then I need one more. 2 more. Oh no, one more. Okay. So what are we saying? Oh, what the hell? Oh, out of bounds is in the array. I haven't defined enough or something. I don't get that. Switches 0, 1, 2, 3. Why can't I use switches 4? My array is too small. Oh, so maybe that other bit of code probably would have worked actually. So I need 5 elements in the array. Okay, let's try write this bit again, because I would really love to get it all in one. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, switches. I want to cry. Switches 0 or. Oh dear. Switches 1 or. Switches 2 or. Switches 3. This is horrific. Or I feel like I'm just an idiot doing this. Or switches 4, and any of that is equal to 1. Put that. Can I put that all into brackets? Please work. Okay. So I think that might work. So if any of those switches are on, now we haven't read the inputs for them, so let's do that. So I have to read all the inputs and map them all. So that this is going to suck as well. So inputs. I'd like to just map. Can I just make, okay, this is interesting. Can I do this? Can I just fully map my whole port A to that whole, let's make it an 8-bit array. Let's just make it a byte. Oh, it is a byte, isn't it? So I just make it 8 elements. Or is it 7? I'm not sure. 8, yeah. Alright, so can I just map fully? Can I just say port A? I think I've got to put like a $sign, is it? A $sign? Yep. Port A is equal to, and then just switches. Please work. There's obviously a way to do that without mapping them all one by one, but I don't know. Can I do this? That should work, man. Okay, can I write this in C? Would it let me write? Oh, please let me write it. This is stupid. If I start writing in C code snippets, it's really dumb, but I have to put things down. that gonna work? Now I don't know if that's gonna work, and I'm not really sure how to test that, but that's what I want to do. But let's just map it all individually. Oh wait, no, maybe I can assign it here. Port A is equal to switches. Please work, please work, please work. Tax error. I wanna cry. Ah dear. Alright, let's do this. So I do $A0 is equal to switches 0. And I think I can just go from there. This is again just rubbish. This is the worst way to program, and I would not advise anyone to program like this. But when you're following a curriculum and it gives you no answers, no guidance, and I don't know how to use this Flowcode software properly, this is just shockingly bad. 6, 7, that's all there is. But then my element, okay, I'm not sure if that works either. All right, let's try this. Let's just write to this output just to see if this code works. So we're just going to say write 255 to port C. Let's just see if that works. I have no idea, man. I beyond don't know what I'm doing, which is embarrassing to be recording a video on it, but that's why I guess I preface all these videos really hard with the fact that I'm trying to learn microcontroller programming, not trying to teach you. So, all right, I press one of these switches and it should turn on any of them, and it's not. So that hasn't worked. Which is, to be honest, I didn't expect it to work. So, let's test just one of them. Copy and paste this again. Is it because I have to have a delay? Do I need a delay? I don't know. I guess I always need a delay, which I keep forgetting about. Got 100 millisecond delay on there. I won't write that again. What I will do is I'll just copy and paste this and just see if I can make this decisions easier. So if switches 0 is on, let's just see if that works. Switches 0. So we can just see if my assignment there is working. Oh, sorry guys. Keep leaving you on a small screen. So I've just copy and pasted that if statement, stuck it up here. If I got switches 0, write port C for 100 milliseconds. It just sucks to just be like shooting in. I'm firing blanks right now. All right, so if I press switches 0, which is mapped to port A, that should turn on everything. No. Totally lost it. I guess, do I need to read these inputs? I guess, do I have to do that? I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. Do I have to assign it like that? Single bit and map that to switches 0. Well, this works now. So I think my calculation here is not working. Again, that's from the screen. I'm sorry. So I've now just used the input instead of the calculation. I don't know. I don't really know the difference. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so that is kind of working. It stays on. Which, yeah, okay, that's fine. Nothing's resetting it. So I guess I got to map all my inputs here instead of trying to do it the somewhat fancy way, which again, this is just crap, man. So I got to map each input manually. And you know, someone's going to watch this and say, Ahmed, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, shouldn't have done the video. You should have learned flow code first. Well, yeah, this is what I've tried to do. I've tried to go through the most basic microcontroller curriculum available called Introduction to Microcontrollers, where I can learn flow code and I can learn microcontrollers, and I'm not doing either right now. I'm literally just writing the most nonsense code ever. Right now, I'm sitting here copying and pasting and mapping silly elements of an array, inputs to an elements in an array in the most brain dead way possible. So those are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switches. I've mapped them all one by one. And then I'm just saying there. So what I want to say, if any of the switches, so I'm going to delete this and just see if this works. If any of the switches are pressed, then do that. And then maybe otherwise, or after that, just turn them off. Or just, yeah, otherwise, turn them off. Write 0 to them. And I guess let's just have it stay on for 500 minutes. Yeah, I don't know if this is okay, but right now you can see they're all on. This is frustrating. Not fun this at all. But I'm pretty committed to finishing this curriculum, no matter how bad it is. So, alright. If I press any button, yep. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So I'm reading these 5 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then these don't do anything. Yep. Okay. So we're somewhere now. So what is it we wanted to do? Now we're just doing Boolean logic, right? So use switches. Again, how does a 16-year-old do this? Use switches 0 to 3 representing to indicate if the door is open or not. Use switch 4 to indicate if the boot is open. Light both LEDs when any of the doors are open. So both LEDs. What are we saying are my LEDs? Doesn't tell me to define any specific LEDs. So I'm gonna say these left two, the most significant bits, the last two, they're my. What did we say? What are the LEDs? 2 interior lights, 1 in the front. Okay, so these are my front, these are my back. Yeah, front, back. So let's say, what do we need? What number is this binary? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to work it out. 0, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 64 plus 128. I'm a bit late in the day, forgive me. 64 plus 128. 192. Cool. All right, so we're gonna write 192 to turn on the front ones. How does this work? I don't know how this works really. So then I need to write 3 to turn on these ones. But is this gonna work? I have no idea. I've just said there to write 3 and 192, both to port C. I don't think that that's going to work. But what does it say? So, light both LEDs when any of the doors are open. I guess what I should do, and what would probably just be easier, is to just say that this is my rear LEDs and these are my back LEDs, because this ain't gonna work. But just to confirm this ain't gonna work, let's just see. I'll download to this, and then what I've done is by writing 3, I'm turning those two on. By writing 192, I'm turning those two on. And so if you wrote both 192 and 3, would that turn them both on? Or would I just have to write 195, I guess, and turn them both on? Maybe I'm being dumb. Yeah, you'd write 195, wouldn't you? So press this. Yeah, so it's just turning on those two, which kind of makes sense to me because this 3 here is just being overwritten by that. So it needs to be let me keep the 3 and 192 just so I can use those for future. But it needs to be 195, I think, to turn them both on. So 195 to turn them both on, 3 to turn the rear on, 192 to turn the back on. So let's just confirm that this works. If we press any button now, we should see those and those turn on. It's just, yeah. Not fun, is it? If you're going through this as well, please leave a comment. Like, the more people that can say, alright, that's very good. So there, they're both turned on and they both look good. So yeah, alright, so we've got our front and backs on. Cool. So what do we want now? Light both LEDs when any doors are open. Light only the rear LED when the boot is open. So that is, I forgot where I read that. A car has 2 interior lights, one in the front, second in the rear. So these are my rear. So I'm going to write 3 when only. So if any of them are pressed, do that. But if only one is pressed, so I guess I need to check that condition first. If maybe I can do some nested stuff here. So which one's the boot? The 5th one, is it? So if switch 4, then write 3 to the output. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. And then I wonder, and I think, no, that's not going to work because I'm still checking there to see if, yeah, oh, sorry, you can't see. But I'm still checking here to see if switch 4 is pressed as well. Checking up here and I'm checking down here for the same thing. And so if I press bit 4, it's still going to light both of them. That's still wrong. So if I just bring it up here, if I press 1, they both light, 2, 3, and then 4. So, oh, it did one after the other. Yeah, it's doing one after the other. Okay, so I need to nest these if loops, then if statements. Which one takes priority? Any of them are pressed, do that. Except if it's switch 4. Oh wait, so I don't understand. Wait, hang on. What does this say? Indicate if a door is open or not. Light both LEDs when any of the doors are open. Oh, so not excluding the boot. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's simple then. So that's done. So I just remove that 4 bit and then I'm done. There we go. Alright, pretty simple that. Cool. Alright, so that's it then. I mean, it doesn't, not much more to it. It's a bit of crap how it's like really, really crappy programs. And what I'm not enjoying about this is that, and I don't understand this tip. What does this tip mean? It's saying, assume that the switches are closed when the doors are open. This may be easier to simulate with push to make switches. Okay. I don't know what that means. What I'm not enjoying about this as well is I'm not building off my previous code. Like every single lesson, I'm starting code again, and it's like, why? Just I want to build functions. I want to build a library. So press switch 1, both the front and rear go on. Switch 2, both front and rear. Switch 3, front and rear. Switch 4, front and rear, and then switch the last one, just whatever it is, rear. Not rear, yeah, rear. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Again, another mediocre video for you, and I'm sorry, but yeah, these are not great lessons. So next one's 7. I'm committed to finishing it. I am, and I know it's painful, and I apologize. Sorry.